I don't think this one needs an intro because it's in the title and I want to talk about it. I had some late night thoughts as usual because I always think, even in my sleep, I think I will when I sleep. If they would develop one of those things that like you work while you sleep or something like that, I would be the best employee ever. But anyway, in 2000, I would say 2009 because 2008 is when the 2008 crisis happened, right? Affect people all around the world, and it didn't quite affect us until I was 7, which is in like 2009 or maybe 2010. I don't quite remember the exact time, but I do remember that it tied to a big event that affect economy and stuff like that. And I want to talk about it in from a perspective of a kid who suddenly realized that things are falling apart. And the timing was bad too, but I'm not gonna fill you in with everything that I want to talk about because that would be a long story and I want it to be a bit short. I want to talk about it and maybe get people to comment on it, yeah, I was there when I was I was 10, I was 5 or whatever, and it affect your family, it affect you personally, it kind of torn people apart, and yeah, it's a bad situation. It's a crazy situation actually. Like from a kid's perspective, it's just like things are going bad, but you don't know what exactly is going on, right? All I know from the time it was probably around like 7 or something like that, it was an odd timing because I remember this piece of memory where I scribbled down like a drawing at night, and that's how I got my name. By the way, I born at night time, so I was called Night in real life. That's where the Charnyte came from. But sorry for sidetrack. I was scribble some picture of me and my family, mostly me. My I don't know if my little sister, who is a little brother to me, was born yet. We were like 4 years apart, so she was like a baby. She was like 1 years old. Well, he now, but you know what I mean. And there's a picture, not a picture, but like my drawing with mom and all that, like with dad and stuff like that, scribble by a kid. It's not pretty. It's not beautiful, but it captured the moment. I kind of wish I kept that scribble around, but it hit. The financial crisis from the 2008 just hit us at that moment, and it affected family in a way that I experienced firsthand, not as an adult, right? Because if you see it from an adult side, you'll be like losing job, losing opportunity, business is not going well, and all sort of thing that a lot of people know, like from that time period, specifically. And for me, it was from a kid, just living kind of carefree. But back to the scribble, I was in a dark, and my mom was like, "You shouldn't, read stuff or draw at night because it will mess up with your like eyes or something like that." And I started crying. I started sobbing. I was like, "Mom, you're not gonna be here with me forever. One day you'll be gone." And it was such a touching moment. I don't even know if my mom remembered it, but I remember it quite fondly. It was a realization that like life life is not, definitive. It's not gonna go on forever. People that you meet, people that you care for, even people that you despise, they're all gonna vanish from the earth one day. Some will be forgotten and some will be remembered for many years. But to a lot of people, they just part of the system, They don't get remembered like legends. But maybe some of us will be remembered as legend. And after that, it was financial stuff is just going bad. I'm not gonna fill in the full detail, but we don't have the money to rent a house and keep ourselves fed. It was such a strong imagery. My soon-to-be little brother, well, that came a little late. But I mean, I'm just gonna call in this scenario, it was a past, so I will call a she as a little sister because the context matter. So my little sister back then was only like a year old or 2 years old, and I remembered quite vividly about how she was crying in the baby thing, the baby bed or whatever, and we flat broke. We don't have any money, and my mom is trying to make like a porridge because all we have is rice. And then it all blank from there, which I am guessing, and I'm not like a doctor or anything like that. I haven't talked to my doctor about this because I realized it just now. It could be like DPDR, if you guys know what that means. Maybe you don't. It's depersonalization and derealization. It's linked to dissociative personality disorder, and it's not like one thing that happened in your life. It's almost like that thing that people call, what's it called again? It was like a trauma, right? Like PTSD, and it was like the developed version of PTSD because things just keep on happening and it builds up again and again, and you just become, it's just layers on top of layers. Yeah. But yeah, this is my speculation, my theory, so to speak, that I got the PTR since I was 7. That was the first sign because my mom went clinically insane on paper, right? Because she was so overwhelmed, and I didn't even know if that was her first time or second time she's gone to the psychiatric hospital. I would use the term rehab a bit loosely because back then she was basically in a psych ward, okay? And she was improving. I think it was, we left her in there for like 2-3 months. And before I departed with my father for him to work in a different city, I had a crush on this girl, and she had a crush on me, but I didn't know. I was dense. And she was asking me, is it true that your mother went insane or went crazy? And I didn't know how to answer that. I just looked at her and I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And after a couple of days, maybe weeks, I traveled with my dad. He took me to the city, and we pretty much live in like in his office. We don't have a place to stay. We just sleep in the office. And I didn't even know where he get the money from, honestly. I never did ask, and he's not in my life anymore. He's not dead or anything. He just kind of ran away. So we may never know until his deathbed. if he decided to call me, to summon me, to to like inherit the things that he, you know, own, or want to say sorry or apologize to me. Hopefully not gonna like try to make me connect with people that I don't know with, like, you know, like a side home. Side home, like with another girl, like if they had like a baby with another girl, if he had a baby with another girl, I mean, I would not shoulder that responsibility, even if we are related by one blood and that is my father. But then again, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, back to the topic. I guess I did survive that crisis in a way. But as a kid, the theme of this topic is that as a kid, I don't really realize what's going on, you know, around me and around people. And now that I'm reflective about it, it made me think a lot actually. Like, man, I got through that point in time. It's a historical landmark in the modern age, in the great 21st century. Life which is starting to get better and stabilize. Things were getting normal, and we got pulled back, and it's disheartening. It's heartbreaking. And I made a video about the PDR. I think I'm not sure if that's needed to be addressed or not, but yeah, I think it was 2018 that I actually experienced the PDR. It was very clear that it was dissociative, but it went like undiagnosed. But that's when my memories become blurred and it become like dreamlike, and I feel detached from my body. And I think I said like all the time on the stream and on the video that I feel like detached from the world and feel like everything is a dream, so I can't tell the reality apart. Sometimes I thought like my dream were the reality and all that. Like I would wake up and think that it actually happened. It didn't go with me for a while. And that kind of thing still happen to me specifically. I dream every night. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. But when I remember, it would be like a core feeling, core emotion throughout the day. It's not good. It's not. It's not good for health. It's not healthy. That that's just what happened, you know, to someone who had to go through a lot as a child. About that crush, I don't even know if I don't even know her name, her full name. She had a wonderful name. I used to have her Facebook, but my old Facebook is like I forgot the password, so I can't contact her, even if she's still using old Facebook when they were introduced later on with like Android phone. You know, after the iPhone reveal, it was right before I graduated as well. Things were getting normal back then, and like life is, I don't know, it's kind of blurry, but from what I remember, I kind of just moved back to live with my grandparent, and they take care of me. Although my grandmother was paralyzed from the neck to her lower body, I think, and it was a difficult time because we didn't quite live together. There was like too many kids, too many teens, not enough adults to take care of them, you know. I had my late uncle was also there, doing like painting and stuff like that, creative stuff. He drink, he smoke. I probably got smoking from my uncle, from my grandpa, and my dad. Man, it's a family tradition. But luckily, I don't drink heavily as they do because I feel dizzy when I drink, and I don't want to mix alcohol with the medication that I take. So yeah, that's my I think that's my perspective on being a kid during the 2008 crisis. This video is not for people who, I don't know, maybe not only for people who want to know about me deeply, but I would say that this is a video that is meant to be like relatable to people that were a kid, now they're adult, they are working life and all that. It probably hit like, it definitely hit a lot of people all around the world. It's not just about the US or Europe, people losing their job, their opportunity, like I said before. But for a kid, they just see it unfold and they have nothing, no power, no control over it. They cannot help with the situation. And the adult, and that are responsible for that kind of thing, they have to shield children from that. And I guess I just want to say that children's, they're precious. They're future of mankind. So even if things are normal in some part of the world, or most part of the world, because we live in a peaceful world, right? I'm not gonna mention anything about war or anything like that, because that's another topic that I don't think it correlates to this entire thing that I'm talking about, which is personal. So I can't say for people who live in like war zone, active military zone or stuff like that. Although I would say that, people that actually get offended by this sort of thing, they are not only soldiers, not only the front line, not only the high target, like high value target. It's the people, ordinary people, just like me and you. And yeah, it's just it's hard to swallow. It's hard to swallow that fact. Now that I think about it, I dream a lot about a lot of things back then. I don't even know if I actually go to places like outdoors. Used to be outdoors more often because of my dad. I kind of miss him. I kind of don't. I kind of just want him to like appear maybe in life and just tell us what the hell he was doing. But that's probably in the far future, If it didn't come, then well, that's fine too, because I will make, make sure I don't regret cutting ties with him. I think it's best that he stay the way he is and not cause us any trouble, even though he's still married to my mother. But yeah, 2008, 2009, 2010, economic crisis. If you go through that, tell me your stories. How did it affect you as a child, a teen, or even as an adult? I would love to hear your perspective on this. How it affect your job, your livelihood, your future. Man, I would, like some kids, some teen, like my older brother would have to quit school maybe. He didn't quit school actually. I think it was back like when time was stabilizing. Everything was like stabilizing, and we were trying to make it as much as we can as well. Like how my older brother take education in high school and also in university, and now he's become a like happy man. So that's good for him, and he's slowly but firmly reaching back to us. And that shows that he cared. I often say bad things about him on my channel, but He's still my brother. You know, I don't have bad blood between me and him. We argued a lot back when I was a kid, when I was a teen, and when I was a rebel. But yeah, that's my dynamic with people, I guess. I remember them quite fondly and vividly. But yeah, just like I said before, if you have stories to tell after during those period of time, I would like to read all of them. Sorry, so one take. I don't want to put this in editor and just cut the awkward part out. Yeah, just type in a comment. Maybe make a video and I'll watch it. Alright, that'll be all. No shout this time because this is just me expressing myself before I go to sleep. It's getting late, but I will check the video before I upload. And I'm probably gonna schedule it probably around like evening in Thailand time. So that's gonna be like early morning for the US Eastern or Western time, the coast time, you know. Yeah, I'll see you. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll be expecting some stories from you, you guys, and yeah, let's talk about how we all went through that, and you know, maybe some of us that experienced through that didn't get this far in life, but those who did and reached, and this video reached to them, well, I will be interested. All right, I'll be seeing you.